Hello friends, welcome to this vocabulary learning session by Promac. I am Narsi and in today's session we will learn some words beginning with letter D. We will begin our session with a word defer. The word defer can take two meanings. I got admission in that university for master's program, but I have deferred my admission to the next semester and I am joining next semester. I have deferred this program. What is defer? Defer is to postpone. Defer is to postpone. But defer also has another meaning. I wanted to start my own business, but my father wanted me to work with a company for some time before starting my own business. I defer to my father's wisdom. I defer to my father's wishes and I decided to join this organization. You defer. You respect somebody. To show your respect to that person or their wisdom or their knowledge or experience, you do something. So to defer is to respect or accept somebody's wisdom or greatness is called defer. So defer can be taken as to respect. So from this meaning of defer, we have another word, deference. I joined this organization in deference to my father's wishes. I dreamt of becoming a lawyer in deference to my father's wishes. So in deference to something means you respect that person, you wanted to show that person that you respect, so you do something to show your respect to that person, that's called deference. Now another word we will take up starting with D is defile. Defile is to spoil the purity of something or to damage something. So you defiled my house by smoking in my house. You defiled my house by doing so and so bad thing in my house. In Indian culture, entering a religious place wearing footwear is considered bad. So if somebody enters a religious or a sacred place wearing shoes, then we say you are defiling this temple. You are defiling this sacred place. So to defile or desecrate. To defile or to desecrate is to spoil the purity of something, make something unholy, make something impure. Opposite is consecrate or sanctify. Consecrate or sanctify is to make something pure or to make something holy. So defiling something, make something cheap, make something unholy, synonym of desecrate. The next word we will take up is a word defray. This word defray is generally used to talk about money. I run a company and I tell you, hey mister, our company has some work in that city. Please go to that city for 3 days, get this work finished and come back. Then you will tell me, sir, but traveling to that city, staying in the hotel, traveling by taxi, eating food, all these will cost lot of money. Who will bear the expenditure of this trip? Then I say, you are going on official work. So obviously, the company will defray your expenses. The company will defray your travel, accommodation, food and other expenses. So you defray something. You defray an expenditure mean you will reimburse. So somebody spends some money, somebody takes up some expenditure, then you say you will repay that expenditure or you will reimburse that expenditure. So you say, I will defray that costs. I will defray that expenditure. So defray is to reimburse. Next word we will learn is defrock. Defrock is a word that is always used only when we talk about a religious person. There is a religious person like a monk or a priest. Sometimes the religious person may do certain thing which does not suit the position that he holds, or that will bring bad name to the church or to the religion, or that is prohibited by the church or religion. Then that religious person or monk will be removed from that priesthood or from that monkhood, and all the spiritual powers or authorities will be taken away from him. So that is called defrocking. So defrock is to remove all religious or spiritual power, to remove all religious or spiritual power or authority from a priest. To remove all spiritual or religious power or authority from a priest or a religious person is called defrock. This priest was defrocked because he engaged in certain immoral activities. Defrocking is removing a person. Next word we will take up is a word deft. Deft can be taken as a synonym of a word called adept or dexterous. So deft is a person who is very skillful in doing something. The conversation was going off track, but the manager very deftly converted the topic and brought back to business. The car was going very fast and was about to meet with an accident, but the driver very deftly handled the car and he prevented an accident. You are very deft at doing something. You are very deft at doing something means you are very skillful, very able in doing something is what is called deft. And synonymous manner we can also take words like adept, dexterous, etc. Adept is also very skillful. Dexterous is also very skillful. So we have just now discussed a word called deft. Let us go to one more word starting with letter D, defunct. What does this word defunct mean? Defunct can be used to describe any organization, a system, a rule, a procedure, or a power or a position, anything. hey, I came to visit XYZ company which is supposed to be here. Where is that company? Hey, that company used to exist in this place about 5 years back. But today the company is defunct. The company is defunct means it is no longer existing. Hey, I came to know government has imposed this rule, and if I do this, it will become a crime. Is it true? Yeah, about 1 year back, this rule was very much valid. But recently, the government has changed and the old rule has become defunct. The old course has become defunct. That methodology has become defunct. A place or an organization, a rule, a method, anything, once upon a time it was valid, but now no longer present, no longer existing, or no longer relevant, then it is called defunct. It is a defunct machinery. It is a defunct company. It is a defunct rule. Defunct is not anymore. It was there once upon a time, but not anymore. It is no longer existent. It is no longer present. So we learned a word called defunct. Next word we will take up is a word called deify. I will explain this word a little bit, but first let us learn some synonyms. Deify is a synonym of lionize, idolize, glorification, lionize, idolize, glorify, apotheosis, etc. We admire some people. We respect some people. We love some people. Either a businessman or a political leader or an industrialist or a great writer, a great scientist, a great scholar, anybody. We admire them to such an extent, we respect them to such an extent that we almost treat that person like a god. He is a lion. He is a deity. What is a deity? Deity is a god or a goddess. So you treat somebody like a god. You treat somebody like a lion. You treat somebody like an idol, American Idol. What is idol? Idol is a great admirable person or a great admirable symbol. You give glory to them. Apotheosis, theo means God. You treat a person like a god. So deify, lionize, idolize, glorify, apotheosis, all these words mean excessive admiration of a person to such an extent that you almost treat that person like a god. You elevate that person to godhood. So these are all very positive words. I lionize John F. Kennedy. I idolize Isaac Newton. I consider so and so political leader to be a god. So lionize, all these words are similar. Now, not necessarily admiration, but sometimes we love some people excessively. Normally happens in case of sports persons or movie actors or television personalities, celebrities. You admire or love a person a lot. You show tremendous amount of affection and love towards that person. Generally movie stars, models, sports persons, etc. That is what is called adulation. Adulation is excessive love and affection towards a person is what is called adulation. So we have discussed a word called deify. From deify we have discussed some synonyms. Next word is deign. What does this word deign mean? Deign is basically taken in the meaning of to condescend or to stoop. Condescend comes from descend. Descend is to come down. So I will explain this word deign with an example. Let us say I am a very rich man. I am a very successful man. In my company, I have a low-level employee, or I have a driver, or I have a janitor, or I have an assistant. So that janitor or driver or a very low-level employee, for some occasion, he invites me to dinner to his house. I am so arrogant that I think I am very, very rich. He is a very low-level person. For me to go and attend a dinner or a ceremony in his house, I don't think it is suitable for my prestige or level to go to such a low-level employee. But I still go. But when I go, I keep on showing, you are too low for me. This is not a dinner which I would have normally accepted. But since you called me, I came. So in my attitude or behavior, I do something, but every second I keep showing that it is something below my stature, but still I am doing it. I deigned to do this. I don't normally talk to ordinary people, but since you asked me, I deigned to talk to you. You deign to something means you come down from your level. You stoop to a lower level. You reduce your level to do something. You do something, but still you think that it is below you. So then it is called deign. We are learning some words beginning with letter D. The next word we will take up is deleterious. The word deleterious is a negative term. We have a factory very near to our village, and the factory is releasing certain effluents or certain types of emissions which are having a deleterious effect on the health of the people of my village. So when you say something is deleterious, it is something that is harmful or having a negative impact or having a negative effect. In a synonymous meaning of deleterious, which is generally harmful or having a negative effect, we can also take words like perilous, pernicious, perilous, pernicious, injurious, hazardous, noxious, etc. So deleterious, perilous, pernicious, injurious, hazardous, noxious. All these words are used in the meaning of harmful, having a negative effect or having a negative impact. The word noxious is given in dictionaries as poisonous. Something is a very noxious gas. Something is very noxious emission. It's a noxious plant. poisonous in the meaning of harmful. Next word we will learn is a word called deliberate. The word deliberate again is used in two meanings. Hey, I heard that you are planning to buy a car and you have also checked out one or two car models in the showroom. What have you decided? I am still deliberating about it. I am still thinking about it. I am still discussing about it with my family. I am still considering it. You deliberate about something. So deliberate is the verb form. Deliberation. What are deliberations? Deliberations are discussions about certain thing. So deliberate is taken in the meaning of to consider something, to think about something, to be discussing about something is what is called deliberate. From that only we have deliberation, which can be taken as discussion. But deliberate is also taken as an adjective. Hey, I thought you told me a lie because you did not have complete information. But very recently I came to know you deliberately told me a lie with the objective of deceiving me. You deliberately cheated me. You deliberately did this to me. Somebody did something deliberately. You do something deliberately means you do something in a planned or intentional manner with full knowledge of something. So you do something deliberately means you do something in a planned or intentional manner with full knowledge of something is what is called deliberate. The next word we will take up is delineate. What is delineate? Delineate is taken in the meaning of to depict, to describe, or to sketch something. Hey, can you please delineate all the factors and issues we have to consider before taking this decision? Can you please delineate what are all the aspects that we will be covering in this lecture? Can you please delineate what are all the issues that we will be discussing in this meeting? So delineate is to describe, to depict, to list out, or to explain. So friends, we have discussed some words. In the next session, we will continue with this and describe some more words. Please let us know your feedback by writing to us at promaccoaching@gmail.com. You could also visit our website www.promaccoaching.com or www.promacprep.com. Thank you.